Hello everyone, I welcome you in my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn about what is identity specification. So to do this task, we need to work with the SQL Server Management Studio. Alright. On the left hand side, you can see that we have an Object Explorer and I have already created one test DB. To work with the identity specification, definitely we need to work with the table. So what you need to do, just expand your database, right click on your table and browse through the table. Here I am interested to create a new table inside my database. First field, which is customer ID. Naming convention is one of the important thing. Allow null or null, which is totally depends on you. Either you are interested to make this field as a null or null. Definitely customer ID must contain some value. So that's why I uncheck this field. The second value, which is customer name, and I'm going to make it as an n varchar. In future, we definitely cover all the data type in SQL Server video series. To work with the identity specification, make sure that you have selected your customer ID field. The data type should be integer. Down below you can see that we have a column property, and here when you scroll down you can see that we have a one option which is identity specification. By default it will work as a no, but you need to make it as a yes, right? So here our record gets started by inserting itself. The system will generate a record 1 2 3 4 5 based on whatever the value we inserted. To check this task, we need to save this table. Control S, give the specific name like customer, and click on the OK button. Okay, fine. When you expand this table, you can see that we have a 1dbo.tbl customer table. Right click on your table and browse to edit top 200 records. Right now we don't have any record because just now we have created our table. The customer ID field contains a somehow null in a blur form just because we have set our identity to customer ID as a yes. That's why it will generate the record by itself. Now let me insert some record over here, and from your keyboard click on the tab button. It will move to the next row. You can see that in a customer ID, we have a ID 1. Now let me insert another record, test 2, and again click on the tab button. So this is how your table records get generated itself when you set your column as an identity. Now let's just cover what is identity seed and identity increment. To work with this task, I'm going to create another table, which is table student. So this is student ID, integer. Allow null or not null, which is totally depends on you. Then we have a name and varchar, and down below you can see that when you select student name as an n varchar and identity specification, it will not allow you to make it as a yes just because the data type is n varchar. So make sure that if you are interested to work with the identity specification, that means auto increment the value, your data type should be integer. Fine, make it yes. Now as you can see that the identity seed is by default set as a 1. Now imagine that you are interested to create your first record as a 100, and then after you are interested to make increment by 1 like 100 and 101 and 102. So the identity seed will set your first record as a 100, and then after it will gets incremented by 1. To check this task, let me save this table again and click on the OK button. Refresh this database, and over here we have a customer table. Right click on it, edit top 200 records. Oh sorry, sorry. Let me open the student data table over here. By default you can see that we have student ID and student name. The name is in a blur, ID is in a blur form. Let me insert some record, let's say test 1. Click on the tab button. You can see that the first ID gets generated 100. Why? Because inside the identity seed we have set 100, right? Now when we move to the next record, that means when we insert a second record, our value will be incremented as a 1. So 100 plus 1, that means 101. So this identity specification or auto increment property will helps us in primary key concepts. So in next couple of video we'll cover what is primary key, unit key, candidate key, super key, all the stuff gets converted covered. So if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon to receive the notification. Thank you very much.